Hey YouTube. This is a new video for me, so I'm not going to be doing music and stuff like that. I'm going to be doing topics, speaking my topics about online dating, and I guess OnlyFans. So, if you like this content, feel free to subscribe and check out my TikTok, which would be in the description down below, and stuff like that. So, yeah, and comment your your feedback, and comment in the comment section your opinion, if you agree with me or disagree with me, or like if you share your stories. So anyway, I'm 24 years old. I use pretty much all the dating apps now, Zeus, Tinder, Bumble, Hinge and all that. And I also do speed dating too in real life, and I do go outdoors too, so I don't go on the phone all day. I don't try and be on the phone all day because that's not very healthy. You've got to go out and socialize. So I do go out, I do my hobbies like music, and I go to the beach and I go hiking, and I do go outdoors. But anyway, so I guess where do I start? So I haven't had a relationship for, I think, 4 years. So I'm 24 now, so I haven't had a relationship since I was 20. So where do I start? I guess in high school, that's when Tinder was a thing in 2000, and I think it came out 2014. Really, I didn't go on those dating apps. I wasn't really popular at school. I kind of got bullied a bit, you know, a little bit for my appearance and a little bit for what I did, music, because music wasn't really a big thing in my high school, so I really got picked on for my music and stuff like that. So anyway, music did make me stronger. It did build up my confidence, so that's one thing. When I got bullied at high school, I did build my confidence up from music. It was a big thing. Anyway, so Tinder was there in high school, and I didn't really go dating in high school because, like I said, I didn't really like the girls in my school. Like, some of them are nice, but some of them, you couldn't get a vibe, and they didn't. It wasn't someone I wanted to date in high school, and some of them were pretty mean. But that's only like maybe a quarter of the girls at high school. So I wasn't dating in high school. But Tinder was a thing in high school, so everyone did Tinder as a joke in high school. But yeah, even I did it, but like I didn't look for a relationship in Tinder. Like I said, I wasn't really sociable. I did my music, but apart from that, I wasn't really sociable. But anyway, I did get bullied, so that really didn't make me want to date in high school. About my appearance and about my music and my hobbies, I guess people didn't really like that in me. But also, so when I left high school, like, all I cared about was getting a good job. I didn't do the best in high school. I think I finished year 12, but I didn't do the best. But when I left high school, I had goals to just make a good job, like, and support my hobbies, which was music, and outdoors. So I got a good job, and I guess when I got a good job when I was 20, so I guess when I first started, I was working towards getting a good job, getting my qualifications to get a good job. Because, like, I guess with all the kids of my age, they were all electricians, traders and stuff like that. I didn't want to be, like, get an apprenticeship. I wanted to get a good job. Because I didn't want to wait to get an apprenticeship, just because that's the speed. But anyway, so I did that, and I also got So when I left high school, I just got my forklift license because I'm a forklift driver right now, all the time. But yeah, so but in the period, I did get a relationship in that period when I left high school. In that 2 year period when I left high school, to 18 to 20. Now, our relationship was really good for me. But I guess what happened was back then I was doing night shift work, and I guess night shift work, if anyone's done it, you can put it in the comments down below. It just doesn't give you a social life because you're always sleeping in the daytime. And I was doing night shift work. I was making good money, but I wasn't doing good. Like, I wasn't doing my favorite hobbies like music and going out to the beach and hiking and outdoors and other activities like, golf and stuff like that, like papa golf. But I guess because you're always sleeping in the morning, you couldn't do your night shift work. I mean, you couldn't do your hobbies. Sorry, when you're doing your night shift work and you're always sleeping in the morning, you couldn't do your outdoor hobbies. So I did that for like a period of 2 years. And I guess what fucked up my relationship with that girl was I was always sleeping in the morning. And I didn't have any time for it because I was just so tired. And I kind of put work in front of her, which I shouldn't have not done. But I guess I just wanted to do things and get braces and all that. Like I said, I got bullied in high school. And one of them was because of my teeth, because my teeth weren't straight. So I wanted to do things, fix my teeth, and I guess sort of, not fix my appearance, but, make me look better in a way, so I could be more confident in myself, So I did that for a time and stuff like that, and I guess, so I did night shift work for 2 years, and I didn't get any social life. It was like maybe 6 hours for 6 hours for like 6 days. Sometimes I would work 7 days, and I had no social life. So that was that for 2 years. That was that, and I did that till 2021. So and then I moved on to, I guess what I moved to is I moved to afternoon work. And afternoon work wasn't really healthy for me too, because I was moved to doing 8-hour shifts to 12-hour shifts for 6 days. And I guess that killed my social life too. So I kind of neglected going out and doing my hobbies and stuff like that, and meeting new people, socializing, because I was just so focused on my work life, and I didn't really learn to balance my work life and my social life till the end of last year. Now that I've got a good job that benefits my social life and my work life. But anyway, so I was doing that for 8 months. I wasn't getting a relationship and stuff like that, and I guess I was still, I guess at the end of this, in those 2 period, like that 3 year period when I was doing night shift work and afternoon work, I didn't really go on a dating apps Tinder. I really didn't look for finding someone. But I guess what really made me think about finding someone and find that long-time happiness was I would go on Facebook and I would see so many people posting about the relationships and stuff like that, getting married, 24, 22, having kids and stuff like that, everywhere on my Instagram. And I guess people could say to me, don't look at that, but I guess, we're all different, we all think differently, we're all different alike as people. We all have different goals. So I guess what kind of stopped me from that was pretty much, just, I thinking about, getting a full-time relationship, because that's what I felt like was missing in my life, and I just still feel like it's missing in my life because I still don't have one. But I'll get to that. But anyway, so I guess what happened there was, so at the end of 2022, I was getting back on Tinder and all those dating apps. and I started going speed dating and going to do my hobbies like the beach and stuff again. And I had like not this goal. I think I didn't have that goal till like 2023, but I'll get to that. But I started going back and doing dating again because I felt like something was missing. You get that. You get that feeling when you feel like you're missing someone in your life. I know a lot of people are independent, and I'm sort of independent, but I'm not saying I would rely on someone to make me happy, but you feel like something's missing in your life, like someone like that. Anyway, so I did that for like 2 years. So I did that. I went back on speed dating and autos apps for like 3 months. I was getting likes. Like, likes wasn't the problem. I guess, you can't, what I've learned is you can't be desperate. Like, I know a lot of guys are sort of desperate for female attraction, and I'll get to that other point, but me, I'm not pretty a desperate guy. I want to find someone that I will have interest in, with a good vibe, that talking person, that caring person, that loyalty, and truthful person. Like, I'm not going to date someone that I don't think is right for me, and what's the point of going on a date in the first time if you don't feel like that person's right for you? Because it's just, you're not going to connect, you're not going to connect, and it's just going to be crappy, and you're going to end it anyway, So I wasn't desperate, so I was getting likes, and but if I didn't feel that connection, I would swipe left on them, because like I said, I'm not a desperate guy, and I guess people are different, but me, I'm not really a desperate guy. So there was a couple matches. I did get a couple of numbers, and I think I went on 2 dates, but I guess, so the first time I thought I made a connection with someone, I guess I'll start with my first story. It was at the beginning, I think it was recently. It was like November 22, and I got that match, and she liked the beach and I liked the beach, and we started talking, and I guess for me, when I do my first date, I want to make the person special, that's just me on my first date, because I believe the first date's the best impression on that first date, you get me, because that's where they're going to see your true personality and all that stuff. Your first date is going to be your biggest impression to impress someone, but you can't, there's a thing about impressing and not being over cocky. You got to balance that, and I've learned to balance that over the years now. So you can't be too confident, because if you seem too confident, you're over cocky, and this is coming from a guy like me, so. But with me, the first date, I usually try and make the date as special as it can be, because like I said, first date's the first impression, and so you want to make it a special night to remember. So I usually just make the girl pick anything they like, and I guess for me, I'm a really good listener, so if I'm talking to a girl and something like that, and she tells me like her favourite food, I'm going to pick up on that and maybe use that in the first date, and that's a tip, it tells you're listening to the girl you're talking to, and it shows you're interested in her. If you pick up those things right, and she's telling you like her favourite food, her favourite hobbies when you're asking that, you could like usually I just take note of that, so I know the person, I know what she likes, so I can make a perfect first date, not sort of to win her over, but to show her that I do care and I am interested in what she's telling me, you get that, and you guys can tell me in the comments if you do that, but that's if you don't do that, but that's what I do. I try and get that good first impression. Anyway, so I did that. We were talking a lot, and we had stuff in common, and sorry, I'm a bit sick. We were going well, I guess what stopped that was she ghosted me for 2 weeks. I don't know why. Just cut off contact with me, and I was a bit worried. You get that stage when you're worried for 2 weeks and you're wondering why they're not, contacting you back and stuff like that. And I was really a bit worried, So I was like, what the hell did I do wrong? I was so worried about that. And she didn't block my number, because when you can tell when someone's blocked your number, because the message doesn't see. So I know she didn't block my number, because I think I sent her a message, like, not every day, but I sent her like a message like once every week saying, hey, what's up, what's going on. She didn't reply, obviously. But I messaged her on New Year's Eve, and so I messaged her Happy New Year's, just to be nice. And she sent me a picture of a guy. So she sent me a picture, and I was like, oh, a picture. This is the first time she texted me in 2 weeks, like, a picture, right? So I looked at it, and I guess I looked at it, and it was a guy kissing her. And I don't know if you guys or girls have ever been in the same situation like that. It really messed up. It really made me upset. Because, like I said, it broke my trust. There was no honesty there. And, it was just lies, And that's what you want in a relationship, like honesty, caring, and commitment, and no lies, I guess caring too, if I didn't mention that. That's what you want. And I think when I saw that, it just broke me down, because I'm not very an emotional guy, but, I guess for that, it did break me down. Because I guess from a standpoint, when you feel like you have a connection with someone and they do that to you, like, thinking you're making a good connection with someone, and they lie to you like that and send a photo like that, it really does break you down. I think I cried for 4 days. You guys can tell me if I was too sensitive about it, and guys can tell me in the comments, oh, you should have moved on quickly. I guess for me, I didn't have that connection for so long, for 4 years. You gotta cut me, so it's like, I didn't feel that connection for 4 years. So for 4 years, so when I finally got that connection again, it made me happy. So, and when I lost that connection, it broke me down mentally. And I know I'm a nice guy. I'm a very nice guy. I guess that broke me down so mentally, but I didn't let it get to me. But anyway, that's the first story. A guy, I met a girl on Tinder. We were vibing a lot. She ghosted me, and then and then on New Year's Eve, she sent me a picture of a guy kissing her, and I guess that was the end of that. I just didn't want to text her back, because it hurt. It did hurt. It did really hurt. Anyway, so I got to the New Year's. I think my resolution or my goal for New Year is to get a partner. I think I'm very dedicated to getting a partner this year. Hopefully I can get a partner, and I can find someone I can trust and communicate with, and go to the beach with, and like watch the sunset, and all my hobbies, and love me for who I am, and a vibing person, because I'm a very caring person. I've got a big heart. So anyway, stuff like that. I guess so what happened with me, the next person, I was going back on Tinder, and I matched with another girl who was, I think, 18. Now, I promised her till the date, but I felt like she was already lying to me. You get that, but when you're talking to someone, and then you already feel like they're lying to you. I don't know if you guys get that, but post in the comments if you understand what I'm saying. you know, you get that they're lying to you in the by the text or, you know, stuff like that. But I promised her a date. Sorry. Let me, you know, if you promise someone to a date, go on it. You know, guy or girl, because the worst scenario is getting stood up, and I'll get to that because I've got a story about that. But the worst scenario, it happens both ways. Guys can do it and girls can do it. This is not one judgmental side of the story. They can both do it. You know, no one's perfect. No gender's perfect. They can both do it. You know, I'm not taking a spot at girls. Guys can do it also. But anyway, so I take her out on a date. You know, being me, I went 40 minutes to pick her up, 40 minutes to a destination, and 40 minutes to take her home. So I'm that type of person that will go out of my way to make the date special, even if it's picking up someone 40 minutes away. But anyway, so I pick her up, drove 40 minutes to pick her up. We go see a movie, and, you know, talking on the phone, and, you know, talking in the car, having conversations, like, you know, we'll sort of vibing, you know, a little bit. So we went to the movies, and we thought the vibe was there. Like, I was talking to her. Sorry. But when I went to the movies, she was on her phone the entire time. Like, I was showing that I was interested, but she was on her phone the entire time, not even picking up a conversation. And like I said, it happens both ways. Guys and girls, you can tell me in the comment section if you've gone on a date and you've met someone that can't hold a conversation and you're doing all the talking and it feels like you're breaking your back in that conversation. You can tell me in the comments. Like, you can relate to that, because that's what was happening in this first date. Like, this date for me, I was holding the conversation. She wasn't paying no attention, and she was just, you know, on her phone the entire time, just looking at her Snapchat. And I was trying to find ways to keep a conversation, like topics, but she was not having any of it. She was just on her phone being disrespectful. And you know, you can tell me that in the comments if that's happened to you. But anyway, so what's happened here is that we go into the movie cinema. I pay for gold class. Remember, I paid for this entire day. I spent $200. You can tell me if I over exaggerated in the date. I'm fine with that, you know. But like I said, I paid gold class for her. I paid food for us. So we're in the movie theaters, and we chill. Sorry. I'm sorry. She doesn't even touch the food, and she doesn't even watch the movie. She's on her phone the entire time when we're watching the movie. I'm watching the movie, but in the corner of my eye, I see her on her phone the entire time. When I paid for this movie, and the movie was like a 2-hour movie, but she was on her phone the entire time, didn't even touch the food, and she was just so disrespectful. And I didn't confront her, because I'm not a person to confront someone in person. I'm not like that. I'm not like that aggressive person that will confront someone if I feel like they've done wrong. You know, I'm not that type of person. You know, I guess I don't like starting arguments. You know, I try and make people happy. But anyway, so, and that was that. And, so, that was also on Tinder, and the shitty thing about that was after when the movie finished, I asked her, like, what was your favourite scene in the movie? She's like, I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. You know, I said, you weren't paying attention to the movie? She's like, no. She was like, no. And I was, I just, you know, I just was thinking in my mind, oh my god, you know, why the hell did I take you out to the movie? Why did you agree to go to the movie if you're not even going to pay attention to the movie and you're just going to be on your phone all the time? You know, that's disrespectful. Yeah, really disrespectful to be on your phone on the entire time when you're watching a movie. and you're in the movie cinema, like, at least watch the movie. The guy is, I paid for the movie, so at least watch it. But anyway, I drive her home, and it's the most awkward conversation. I'm thinking topics to talk about. I'm driving her home. I'm thinking of topics just just to say, like, what do you want to, like, to talk about, like, about the movie or music and stuff like that, anything, just to start a conversation, because she was pretty interested in music and stuff like that. Anything, but it was so awkward because she was just on her phone the entire time, wasn't paying attention, and she was just so awkward, and I just couldn't keep I don't know if you get that when you're trying to keep a conversation with someone, and it feels so awkward because they're not communicating. And I dropped her off, and I didn't text her back because, like I said, not only was she disrespectful, she couldn't keep a conversation, and it was just so awkward. But anyway, so that happened like a month ago. So I'm going to tell you the rest of the story before I get to, like, why I think OnlyFans and that is just destroying all these dating apps. So I will get to that. Anyway, so I guess the third experience is I met someone on Zeus. This was recently, a week ago. And I got started vibing on the app, asked her for a number. Like, I'm not scared to ask someone for a number. If I feel like I've got a connection with someone and they're vibing with me, I'm going to ask for the number, Because you can't be shy to ask for a number. You got to make that step. If you feel like you've got a connection with someone, make that step and get their number. Because you never know where it could lead you. You could get rejected, or you could get their number. So I'm like, I don't try and be straightforward, but if I feel like I have a connection with someone, I'm going to ask for their number. Because, this feels like you're more confident. But anyway, so I match with this girl on Zeus. So I say, we start talking. I'm like, hey, can I have your number? Can we have because I feel like we have a good vibe and connection. And she's like, no. Yeah, here's my number. So I get her number, and we start talking and texting, and we start texting a lot. Like, we're getting really excited, like, we're vibing a lot, and making each other laugh and stuff like that. So she decides to make a phone call. I said, okay, I'll phone call. Oh, I'll give you a phone call. I'm like, okay. So I give her, I was calming her on the first night I called her because she had some problems. I'm not going to discuss her problems because I don't think it'll feel like it's appropriate, but she had some really tough problems anyway. So she said, can I phone call you? And I said, sure. So I phone called her. Now the first phone call I was on for her was 5 hours. So I spent 5 hours on the phone to her, listening to her, calming her down, and making sure she mattered. Now, did I care? Not really. Because, like I said before, I'm a caring person. And that's what I'll do. I'll make that extra foot or step forward, that extra step to make sure whoever I'm spending time with it matter. That's me as a person. So if I feel like I need to be on the phone call 5 hours, making you laugh and making you care, making you sure you matter and care about you, I will do that. And that's what I did. First phone call was 5 hours. So didn't end the phone call. So it started at like 10 o'clock. Didn't finish till 2:30. Didn't finish till 2:30 at night. So that was our first phone call. So I called her the next day. Right. Next phone call was 4 hours. And I really felt when you're on the phone call with someone, you get that big connection, and the longer phone calls you are, is you get that connection even more because we're just talking about stuff and stuff like that. And, I guess, so that next day the phone call lasted for 4 hours. But anyway, next phone call lasted for an hour, and then she stopped phone calling me. Like, she would phone call me during, like, daytime now. She wasn't, and that was for 30 minutes. But anyway, we had a lot of stuff in common, like beach, like ghost tours, like activities, any activities. I'll take I always try and learn about someone and see what activities they have done and not done, and so I can give them a good activity or surprise with an activity that they've never done, because that's the best way to communicate on the first date. But anyway, so we were discussing activities we wanted to do together on our first date. It was really exciting. She was really excited to meet me, and I didn't think she was leading me on. Like I said, I was on the phone call for a very long time, so you feel like you have that connection, and you feel like you can trust them, honestly, because you're on the phone call to them for so long. So we're discussing plans to meet on Sunday, which was, so Sunday, and I was like, hey, you want to go to an escape room? Because she's never been to one. She was like, hell yeah, I want to go to an escape room. So literally, I booked it out of my own money, and she was on the phone. I booked the escape room for my own money, let her know, and said, so-and-so time. I let her pick the time, obviously. So I did that. And she was so excited, and she kept on texting me every day. Oh, I'm so excited to meet you. I can't wait to do the escape room. It seems fun. Stuff like that. And I was really excited too. I think, with the last two experiences that I have had on dating websites, like I said before, I guess I was really excited about this one. And, because we were on the phone, talking on the phone, I didn't think it was like the last ones. I just felt like something different about this one. But anyway, so it gets to the phone call. It gets to Saturday, and she just, stood me up. That's the best way I can say it. She just said the vibe wasn't there on the phone, which I could see right through that. I can see when someone's lying to me and I don't like it. Because if the vibe wasn't there on the phone, you got to put this into perspective. Right? If the vibe wasn't there on the phone, why stay up for 5 hours on the phone? Why do long phone calls like 5 hours and 4 hours? If the vibe wasn't there, you and me would both know you would end the call in 10 minutes. You can say that in the comments too. Agree with me in the comments. If the vibe wasn't there, why stay on the phone for 5 hours and 4 hours? And that's a lie. And I go back on it. Honesty and truthness, And, that just went out the door. Honesty and truthfulness just went out the door on that day, on Saturday. Because she just was making all these lies, and I can tell the lies because, it just didn't, when someone's telling you these excuses and you're thinking it in your head and you're like, hang on, that doesn't make sense. You're thinking of it and you put the pieces together and you're like, hang on, that doesn't make sense because you're telling me all this shit leading up to the date, and you're putting in signs that you're excited, and you've been on the phone call for so long, and you call me every day. You can't say you're telling me the vibe wasn't there on the phone, because it's just complete bullshit, But anyway, she was just making excuses like that. Vibe wasn't there on the phone, blah blah blah, you know, I don't want to go anymore. I just don't think we would match and bullshit like that. She was just scared to meet me in person, and you know, I totally get that. I totally get she was scared to meet me in person. Like I wouldn't judge her for that. But the thing is, be honest prior to me, you know, buying a ticket, because that, you know, I don't know if you guys have been to escape rooms, but the tickets are not refundable. So if you buy a ticket, you gotta go to it. You can't refund the escape room tickets, or where I live in Australia. So she knew that she wasn't going to go to the thing that I planned for, but she was still excited to go for it. But in her mind, I could be completely wrong about this, but I felt like she didn't know that she willingly was on the phone saying, yeah, book it, I'll go, but she was going to pull a stunt on Saturday and not go. But anyway, so she backs out of it, making all these excuses and saying, you know, I don't want to do it, I don't think I'm the right person, I'm a bit lazy and stuff like that. I'm like, why did you not just say that all beforehand? Like, be honest with me prior to me booking it. I would have understood that. You know? Or why make all these lies and tell me and lead me on to, because to be honest, I'll tell you guys that I was really happy about it. I think I was looking always forward, like that was the week, I was just looking forward to the date. You know? I was looking forward to that date. That was my most enjoyment in that I was thinking about the entire week. I was just looking so much forward to it. So if she knew I was looking so much forward to that date, you know, why the hell would you lead me on to expect that we're going on a date and just pull out of it at the last second? That's the most hurtful thing, you know? And that was the most hurtful thing. The pull out in the last second on Saturday. It broke me. It really broke me. And this happened recently, you know. It broke me because I was really excited for that, because I really thought we were going to have a good night, and I didn't think, because I haven't had a good night, like, I just haven't had a happy night in ages, to tell you the truth, you know. And we were on the same page, because I'll tell you right now, I don't really care about, you know, intimacy and all that, you know, garbage and, you know, sexual attraction and stuff like that. You know, it's there, you need to have it, but I don't really care. I don't really care about all that sexual, you know, sex and bullshit. You know, I've done that, been there, done that. In my younger ages, I'm 24 now. All I care about is a long-term relationship. That's all I want now. I just want a long-term relationship. I don't care about that. I don't care about sex, because I've already been there, done that. I just want a long-term relationship. That's all I want. A girl that's commitment, caring, and has the same nice personality that will talk, and sometimes and has, you know, some interests is the same as me, like outdoors and going to the beach, you know, so we can share some hobbies together, you know, and maybe she has different hobbies to me, and she can share those with me so I can learn some new things. But that's what I want. I want a long-term relationship. You know, someone that's going to be there for the long run. I don't want a short one. You know, you guys get me? Yeah. You know, some of you guys get me that you don't really care about that sex and all that shit. You want a long-term relationship. That's what I want. I don't really care about that. But anyway. We had that in common, because we were thinking about, me and her, all we cared about was that long-term relationship. And I guess that's what happened. Because I thought I was going to get that. But like I said, it didn't turn out that way. She stood me up in the last day, and it really broke me. And that happened recently, and I'm trying to get over it recently. I guess I can't let it go and let me down, because when you get rejected like 3 times, or you know, you think you're going somewhere with 3 separate girls in the first 3 months, it really breaks you down when it doesn't happen, because you think, am I just setting up to fail? You know, you get that feeling like, am I just setting up to fail? You know, and I guess I'm just starting to learn that, you know, that I shouldn't be set up to fail. But anyway, Anyway, so that's happened recently, and I guess I'm still in the dating apps, and I'm still doing speed dating, and still going outdoors. I feel like, that's my goal for this year. Hopefully it will come true. I just set my mind to it, and maybe I will just find out special someone this year, and that will be committed to a long-term relationship. And any girl that I pick, I guess, stuff like that, I know I'll put the time in and treat her right and be respectful of her boundaries, because that's just who I am as a person. I know I'll do everything right to the girl that I do meet and get that long-term relationship. I guess it's just a waiting game, and to see where it happens, to see when it happens. And maybe she's watching this video right now, I don't know, maybe she's watching this YouTube video, but anyway, that's, I guess, my stories on the dating apps. And I'm still going speed dating, but I've been hurt from these dating apps. That's what I'm trying to tell you with these stories. I guess everyone's been hurt from these stories. Guys, like dating apps, guys and girls. Everyone gets hurt from these dating apps. But those are just my experiences. Now, I don't know if I'm an average-looking guy. I don't think I'm in the 10%. Maybe I'm in the average looking. But I don't think I'm in the 10%. But I guess I'm just starting now to work on myself, going to the gym more, going out, doing more social events like speed dating and stuff like that. Because I do think, honestly, the best thing is speed dating. Like going out and doing these speed datings and meeting up with people in person, because there's no catfish and you can see who they really are in person. That's what I'm doing. But I'm also maybe the occasional Tinder and other dating apps, but mostly I'm focusing on speed dating and going out and meeting people. My hobbies, that's the beach, music, because I music, and then doing activities like sport and running, and hiking. That's where I think I'll find people out there that will have the same hobbies as me at the activities that I do want to do. But anyway, those are my experiences. Pretty shitty, I know. It hasn't broken me down. I really thought it would have, but I guess me as a person, I didn't let that break me down, because I know I'll find someone, and I know with my determination I'll find someone that will make me happy in that long-term relationship. Hopefully it's this year. Hopefully, that's what I'm praying. But anyway, I guess what I'm coming with now is OnlyFans. I'll get to it now. Now, OnlyFans and Snap Premium, I think it's ruining the dating apps. Now, hear me out on this. And it could be for guys and girls, too. But how many matches do you get on Tinder in those dating apps, right? And it's just a girl or a bot sharing their OnlyFans. Or what I say, look at my Instagram, and as soon as you see that link tree, it's just OnlyFans. It pisses you off. It really does, because you think you're getting that connection, and you see they use you only for their OnlyFans, to promote their OnlyFans. It's just disgusting. Because they know, the girls who do that know guys like us go on those dating apps to find someone. They don't go on the app to find OnlyFans. They don't. It's the honest truth. No guy will go on a dating app just to find someone's OnlyFans. And these girls, sometimes guys are just using it to promote their OnlyFans. Same going to Snapchat Premium. There's been a couple of girls, for me, when I match with them, they say, can you add me on Snapchat? I'm like, alright. And then they just send me the Snapchat Premium, and I know straight away they just wanted to add me because of the Snapchat Premium. And I'm not into that. I'm not into that shit, because I think it's disgusting. I don't really like OnlyFans and Snapchat Premium, but I hate people who use these dating apps to promote them, because when you get a match on Tinder, you get that excitement because you think, oh, I'm going to find that someone, you know? I'm going to find that special someone in person. But when you see they're promoting their OnlyFans, it pisses you off because you're like, why did I waste my time with that? You know, and it's disgusting. And I really think OnlyFans and those things to promote, I guess, pornographic material or X-rated stuff is killing these dating apps, and I really think that it should be deleted. That's my personal opinion. Because, you know, it's just put these dating apps in a wrong feature where people are just used it to promote now their Instagram, their OnlyFans, their Snapchat Premium. It's not what it's meant to be designed for. It's meant to be designed for hookups, meeting new people, relationships, and maybe finding marriage. All that's gone throughout the window now with the fucking OnlyFans and Snapchat Premium and other shit to promote the pornographic shit. I'm pretty sure if guys and girls go on these dating apps, they don't want to see that. Because most of these guys, they want the relationship. They just want the relationship that they want because they haven't had one and they're still searching for it. And when they see the OnlyFans, it lowers their confidence. It really does. It really does. It puts their confidence down because they think they're getting a girl to actually talk to, but it's just about promoting their OnlyFans. That's just garbage. It's disgusting. You know, it's disgusting. And I hate it. I really hate it. And I feel like I have to get off my chest, like in this video, to tell my stories and tell my hatred about OnlyFans. Because I really think it's disgusting. I hate it. You know, it's ruining dating apps and stuff like that. And it's ruining how people look at women, you know, and judge women. You know, it's disgusting. You know, especially when you have guys like that who haven't had female attraction in so long, they feel like OnlyFans is the only way to get attraction from women. And especially when they see it on a dating app and they go to OnlyFans and someone promotes their OnlyFans, it feels like that's the only attraction they get. And what's more disgusting is I feel like those women do know that and they prey on them. They prey on those lonely people that don't have women attraction in so many years, and they just use that. And they know the best way to find that is on the dating apps. And it's like they pay for those people. It's disgusting. It really is. And it really saddens me. It really hurts me. You know? It really it hurts me and really disgusts me and stuff like that. And I think I just need to get it off my chest and why I hate all that bullshit. But anyway, I guess that's my little rant about OnlyFans and shit like that. You can agree with me in the comments or disagree with me in the comments. But OnlyFans has really ruined the dating apps and stuff like that. Because I feel like when you're like, maybe 1 out of the 10 girls are genuine. Like maybe out of the 50 girls are genuine and want to talk to you, and the rest of them just want to promote their OnlyFans and Snapchat Premium. It feels that way. You can tell me if I'm wrong about that, but that's how I feel. But anyway, you know, that's pretty much my stories in Tinder and my argument against OnlyFans and Snapchat Premium and all that shit. I guess the last thing I'll say is when you get that guy and you prey on those people on Tinder and those dating apps that haven't had female attraction, when they get that female attraction on OnlyFans, they come possessive because you don't know what guys are like on those dating apps. I'm a nice guy, and like I said, I don't care about that, but you got to think about it. There's other guys out there that might think, you know, when they get this there's only attraction from a woman on OnlyFans. They become possessive of that girl, and they don't, and it gets really bad. And you gotta, those girls and guys, you gotta think about that. When you're feeding that attraction from someone who hasn't got it and so on, do you think they want to lose that? No. So if you're giving them attraction, and you cut it off, that's when they come really bad and possessive and controlling. And that's what OnlyFans is doing to guys, and it could be doing it to girls, I don't know. Like I said, that's what OnlyFans is doing. And I think people don't know that. And girls might know that, they might not know that. But, you know, it's just preying on those lonely guys in the dating apps. But anyway, that's my last sentence of talking about all this shit. I guess I will remember to like and subscribe again. I try to do more videos of me talking about my experiences and my opinions, and you know, if you have any topics you want me to talk about, in the description below, let me know. And I love talking. I guess I love talking and just talking about my experiences and my opinions and stuff like that. You can tell me I'm wrong, or you can agree with me, or you can just listen to, you know, and just support me, or, you know, stuff like that. But anyway, this is me signing off. Remember to subscribe, follow my TikTok, my Instagram, and what I chose will be in the description down below, my links. Subscribe, share with your friends, or to share with your people if you agree with me. And yeah,